Now I would like to call upon someone who has been very closely associated with Suhas Inamdar's books. Many of you may not know that she puts almost equal or more efforts in every book published by him. She does the proofreading and editing of the final draft of the manuscripts before it is sent to the publisher. She is the first reader come critic of his every book. Now, I invite Sanjana Inamdar to share her experiences about her valuable contribution to his books.
After hearing everyone speak, I feel I can just say a few words. First of all, I would like to thank all the people who are present here, who have taken out their time on a Sunday morning, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of our happiness here. We wanted to share that happiness, so I'm so glad that you all are here. Thank you so much. Secondly, I would also like to congratulate Suhas ji for the launch of his 13th book. I feel this goal that every year to write a book, to have that goal itself is incredible, because writing one book every year, it's very, very difficult, I think, to put in all your thoughts, to create a story, and then there are so many things which go behind writing a book also, and even publishing the book. So, having that goal itself, I feel it's really great. So, congratulations Suhas ji for that, and my support will always be there for that. Yeah. And my association with this book started in 2013 with Power Games of Life, and that time I was just a critic, and I was a very strong critic that time. I would only pinpoint things which I did not like in those books. So. So it was a very difficult stage for Suhas, because he was also very new to writing books, and we were not knowledgeable about publishing books at that time. So we didn't know the nonsense of publishing. So what happened was, we went for publishing, the book came out, Power Games of Life, felt very nice to hold that book in the hand. But then what happened was, when we started reading that book, what we had given for editing and proofreading did not happen that time in the way that we wanted it to happen. So we realized two things that time. A big lesson that we learned was, don't completely rely on your publisher for all the things that you want your book to be done, in your book to be done. And the second thing was, hire a proper editor and a proofreader, expert who's in that field, who wants to do that work for you. So we had to do that. These two things were very big lessons for us, because later on we started improving on that. We hired experts in that field who were my colleagues that time, and they did a wonderful job actually. After that, we realized that even after hiring also, I was the one looking at the new script. Once the script is done, even through my friends, again I started looking at the books and pinpointing out things. Then Suhas ji told me, it's better that you only do all this. Why give it to somebody else? You are also an expert in that. So he encouraged me to actually edit and proofread his books. So the first opportunity came in after 5 books. The 6th book I started with editing, and it came out well. I won't say I did a very good job that time, but I did a okay job. Later I started improving, and I never looked back after that. So 13 books went off like that, and I think overall it went on well, and I was able to do a good job. I started improving myself, and with the encouragement of Suhas ji anyways. And on a lighter note, what I would like to say is, because this is an in-house project for us, for both of us. As an editor and proofreader, that's a different thing, but I'm also his wife. So what happens is, he gets an opportunity to keep a track of the progress that I'm making in his books when I'm proofreading. So on a day-to-day basis we discuss, and then he gets that opportunity, whereas he cannot do that when it's the publisher. And as a wife, for me, it's I get the satisfaction that my husband is spending so much of quality time with me. So in his very busy schedule of having projects and all that, sometimes we don't get time to speak to each other, but through these books, there is a bonding, there's a different type of bonding that we have. So it's a win-win situation for both of us. So that way we started enjoying our books, that is creative side for him, but for me, I'm also improving day by day, and I get to research on various topics which I think I wouldn't have done otherwise. Like when we were doing ambition in aprons, I got to research on the various projects that the government has started for women empowerment. Then later on, when we did, what was the next book? Operation Heartstrings, yeah. When we did Operation Heartstrings, I got to research on Indo-Pak relations and the nuclear power plants that are situated in Pakistan. I don't think I would have done this otherwise as a layman. So every book was a challenge, and with every book I have improved myself, and along with that I've gained so much of knowledge in different topics. So I thank Suhasji for having that trust in me. Thank you so much. Now I take over from Shilpaji. Yeah. We'll have a short quiz now, something interesting away from these speeches and lectures. Okay? Very simple quiz. All the questions are related to Suhasji's books only. Okay, you can see that all the posters are kept around, so you can get clues from that. And the rule is that once you answer the question, you won't be allowed to answer the next question. Once you answer the question correctly and you have taken the gift, you will not be allowed to answer the other questions. Okay? And okay, the gift. Yeah, the important one. So the gift is, whoever answers the question correctly will get a chance to pick a book from Suhasji's books here that I kept here on the table. Okay? Very, very simple quiz. Okay, shall we start? Yes? Shall we start? Yes. Okay. So what's the name of the first book and in which year it was published?
Our Games of Life. Yeah. And 2013. Yeah.
Okay, the second question. Name any 5 books. Please don't say here and there. Say. Name any 5 books of Suhasji. Pretty much answer enthusiastically actually. Yeah.
Evolving Paradigms of Life. Evolving Paradigms of Life. The Friend of Genie. The Friend of Genie. My friend Genie, okay. And Aprons and Ambitions. Ambitions in the Apron. The Return Journey of the Stranger. And the cyber security related book, I don't recollect the name of it. Okay. Altered Destiny. One more. Oh yeah, the new one, The Legacy.
Thank you, sir. Please raise your hands if you know the answer. Okay? I know everyone knows the answer, but still. Okay, name the book in which the lead character is a woman. Okay, the next one. Name the two books which comprise the only duology and mention which is the first and the second book. Duology. That means the book has a sequel. Two books. I think the answer should come from ladies. Gents are taking the guess. Duology, just look at the posters. Check it.
World Under Siege and Rescue Mission.
Ladies, ambition in aprons, please. Okay, the next question. Which is the only fantasy fiction book? Fantasy fiction. Please look around, that side also it is there. Fantasy fiction. No, fantasy fiction. Fantasy. No.
My friend Jeannie.
ఇక్కడ కూడా హ్యాండ్స్
Okay, the next question. What are the professions of the three lead characters in the book, The Second Chance? Okay, there are three lead characters. You can see the poster there in Second Chance. What are the professions of those three characters? No. The poster shows
A lawyer, and a businessman.
లాయర్ డాక్టర్ అండ్ బిజినెస్
Sorry? A doctor and a businessman. अरे आधा गिफ्ट दे दो यार. Journalist.
The next one, which is the book that deals with the concept of powers of the subconscious mind? Powers of the subconscious mind. No.
ఇస్ ఇట్ పారాడైమ్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్
No. Yes, Alter Testing. Okay, the next one. Which book explains the basics of astrology and the astrological predictions form an important part of the story? Astrology. The book which deals with astrology. Light version. Light version 2. Wow, wonderful. question. Guess the name of the book whose storyline partially resembles the recent blockbuster movie Dhurandhar.
Operation Master.
But this book was released years before, okay? It was not released now. Okay, the last question now. Name the book whose storyline spans across 7 decades and 3 generations. 7 decades and 3 generations. No, not like that. Any one of you. Thank you so much for participating, and ladies, next time.